So, welcome back to the channel. We are out with the Adams Overland Company. They're doing some corrective maintenance on this vehicle, and I'm sure you'll recognise it, and I can't turn up here and not get a little bit of a run round. You need no introduction whatsoever. If you've got this, there is reason behind it.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts when you bought this?
Man, you know what? I saw this, and obviously, well, not obviously, it was an ambulance before, military ambulance. But for me, it's like the 6 wheels.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It was like the off-road thing, and I just saw it straight away. I saw in my head that.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't see the white ambulance. I just thought, because I got the Volkswagen T5.
Yep.
And I just found it a little bit cramped inside and stuff. And then I started seeing everyone else had T5s, and I'm like, if I get on the road with this, no one's got one of these, you know what I mean? So, you know, and obviously in these days, nowadays, I like to keep a low profile. So it's in or all in, isn't it? So for me, it was like, bang, let's get this done. It was like, I just love creating stuff. I just saw it from that white ambulance into this, and just being able to get out there and have a bit more room in the back, you know what I mean? So you can sustain, you know, with the T5 is great for like overnight stuff, a couple of days, this, that and the other, a few days maybe. But this is like something that I envisioned that I could be out for weeks.
Yeah, indefinitely.
You know I mean? Indefinitely, you know, I could be somewhere. You know what? When Armageddon comes, I'm going to have more mates than anyone. A bit of a prepper mindset, if you want to call it that, but it was like, you know what I mean, I could sustain life in this for a long period of time. That was it. I
think with something like this, although it's not the nicest to drive down the M1, when you're in a location and you've got all that dry space, there's just nothing better, is there?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I did have a little slogan in my head saying, I was going to put it on the back actually, saying, I may be slow, but I can go places that you can't go. You know what I mean? It's not, at the end of the day, I didn't buy it to go on motorways.
No,
I bought it to go be able to get off track. I mean, for me, I haven't done it yet, but Morocco, Iceland, all those places I want to go that other people that are here now that have gone, they're the places I wanted to take this, because I think this is where a vehicle like this comes into its true glory.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Not on the motorway. So.
It's that last 5% where you need everything into.
Exactly. You need to, you know, to get out in the remote and go places other vehicles can't go, you know, your T5s and everything else, and that was my dream for this.
So some of the accessories that you've got on this, you've got everything to hand, nice and easy. So if you're never going to get stuck in this, but if you did get stuck in this, or someone else did, everything's accessible, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I had these put on for people with T5s that I might pass on the way.
Fair one. They're a liability.
But when I did this vehicle, it's like I wanted to have the essential kit only. If I do get stuck, you know, if you do get stuck, you need to be able to get out. But when it comes, you know, like inside and everything else, I wanted to keep it as primitive as possible.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So not loads of tech on it, so that, you know, the more tech, then the more stuff that's going to go wrong with it. But when you're looking at the outside, I mean, a lot of this was put on more for the aesthetics really than anything. But then we got like these, which can, at the moment they're for water.
Yep.
But then, you know, if need be, they can double up.
Absolutely.
But what you can do, I mean, with these, you can get 2 different sets. You know what I mean? So you can have a set for diesel, you can have a set for water, and another one's going there as well. I've got another one for there. So, you know, it's not a massive tank. So to have that and be able to...
more range.
Yeah. And also the fact if you've got water in that one up there, you can actually just release the tap, you've got a shower. You know what I mean? So, and then
access everywhere.
Yeah, access up there. You know,
Liam was up there yesterday having a little walk round. That is a lot of real estate up there.
It's loads, isn't it? And there's more. There's a little bit more work. I was going to put some boards up there and stuff like that, so it's full spectrum, you know, of walking space, and you're not walking on the roof too much, which it's solid anyway. But it's good to have that, you know, a bit more space where we put some board up there, marine ply or something. And then they've got the, you know, because I've got the boats, so essential to take the boats places and stuff like that. That was a custom made roof rack, toyed with like adapting other, you know, front runner and all kinds of stuff, but that was the best option really at the end of the day. And it secures into the anchor points, the original ankle points that are already up
so
there.
It's nice and strong.
Yeah, so it's nice and strong.
So in the event that you are on a bad angle or something like that, you can get a strap off it and you know you're not going to do any damage.
Yeah. Or whack a hammock across or stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Roof tent's up there as well, haven't you?
Yeah, we've got the roof tent, the Vicky Wood roof tent up there, and I wanted to go for the hard shell as well, the case, sort of more of a case, because I can put an extra rack up there for another boat, or you can put your solar on there. You know, it's the other ones are good, but the thing is, you can't put, when it's the soft ones, you can't put anything on there to speak. You're losing a bit of real estate.
It's less maintenance as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're not having to worry about either going under a tree and just ripping the thing to pieces, or
exactly.
It's just a lot more hardware.
Exactly. So I mean, I've got like the bed inside, but we've got the bed there as well. You know, capacity for at least 4 people.
There's a lot of space. So I've got the ambulance body on my Land Rover, and I filled it. I've absolutely filled it with furniture and things. I've gone really soft with it and almost made it too nice of a place to be.
Yeah.
But you've kept a real large opening so you can get whatever you need in there.
Yeah, well, I just thought as well getting a motorbike in.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still get a motorbike in there if you want. Because I wanted to make it, you know, like when I had the T5 before, it was a camper. And it was only a camper. And you know what I mean, you've still got a lot of uses for it when you're not going camping.
Yep.
You know, so even if I wanted to do some other stuff in it, you know, I've still got that open space I can still use, and not just be you are a camper and that's it. And that's really for me as well. When I did the inside, it was like I was going to, you know, kitchen units and all that kind of stuff. But then again, I was like, 9 times out of 10, if the weather's good, I want to be outside.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So you get your stuff, all the stuff's in bins, you just bring it outside and do everything outside. We've got the awning that's going to go on the other side, a massive awning. So I mean, unless the weather's really bad, you know, just do everything outside. You can get the sides for the awning as well. So
it's a lot of space.
9 times out of 10 you can just use inside and keep it clear, and just take your bins outside, you know, your hobs and everything like that, and take them outside external to the vehicle. And then your toilet as well. I don't believe in showers and toilets. You know, I think it's a bit of a waste of space. There's plenty of room in there for, you can have like an ensuite in there, couldn't you?
Every time I look at it, I'm just like, that's so much space. You want to fill it, don't you? But then it's, you kind of look at the simplicity, and it's so much. You've got more uses. More uses.
And it is nice to like be sleeping there or just sat in there chilling out, and you have got that space around you. You don't feel you're scrambling over each other and all that kind of stuff.
The cab, you've made that a far nicer place to be, haven't you?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you know, if you're going to do long transits, you've got to look after yourself, haven't you?
Absolutely.
So, you know, I've got the decent seats, they're heated as well, which you don't really need with that engine. You know what I mean? But they do come in handy, you know, when you've been out on the surf all day on your boats or whatever. It is nice to whack on the electric seats. But yeah, just to make it a bit nicer space, you know, just for being in transit, you know what I mean? It's not.
How do you find it with your legs? Because these are like the 101. They're not built for someone my size.
Yeah.
How you find it for like long distance? Do you have to move your feet around, or?
No,
or
not too bad. I mean, I'm not the tallest of people, but you know, I'm man's perfect size.
Right. Okay.
No, I don't find it a problem. I mean, I find it quite a nice position for me. It's more of a sort of,
you know what I mean.
The
seat's mega comfy.
Yeah.
I think it's just, I'm broken, so I need to move every half an hour. So I look at that first, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it could be a challenge for you. But no, I mean, it feels really comfortable for me. You know, it's like I've got other cars and that where your legs are like up like that, and I find that a bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I find it a lot more comfortable when you're in the traditional sort of.
Absolutely,
seated.
yeah.
It's almost like
you've got that nice tunnel in the middle, so you can lean on that a bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You've got plenty of space, so you can be as far away or as close to your missus as you want. Yeah. Depends on how you're getting on.
Yeah. Just send her to the West Wing.
Yeah. Get down the back. Make me a brew. I mean, it's still got all its primitive features.
That's it. You've kept the simplistic kind of side of having a real rugged vehicle.
Yeah.
But with the nice touches, so it's not deafening, it's not cold, it's not.
Yeah, and it's not too bad. You know, the engine noise isn't so much that you can't. You know what I mean? You can't talk or anything. I mean, it's relevant, but it's not too overpowering. I love it, mate, because it's like I've got all the modern vehicles and everything else, you know what I mean? And I just get frustrated at them because they're beeping at you. You know what I mean? It's like constantly trying to drive for you. And I just love the fact this is pretty primitive. And it's like, you know exactly what you got to do.
And the beauty of this is you're not having to listen to the Land Rover. Is that broken?
Yeah.
What's that smell?
It just
works.
It just works. And it gets a little bit warm in there, a bit tasty, but I just love it. It brings a smile to my face when I'm driving it. You know what I mean? It's like I just laugh going down the motorway because you like got people coming towards you, just going. There was actually a bloke when I was up in Shropshire, and I came into this village, and I went round the corner, and there was an old fella, bless him, at the bus stop, and as soon as I came up, he was like that. So I was like that.
Made his week.
Yeah, I think thought he was being invaded. I thought he was showing his allegiance.
Can you manage to go to a petrol station in this and fill up in 5 minutes, or do you have the 45-minute queue of people that want to talk about it?
Oh, mate, you do. It is like a magnet. I had no idea. I knew it was going to be, it was going to attract a crowd kind of thing, but mate, when you stop anywhere, I've been to festivals in this, and it's just like a magnet.
It's just presence. It's just, there's nothing that looks like this.
We actually thought, getting a little thing here with leaflets, mate, just take a leaflet.
QR code. Yeah. Scan it and go away.
That's a great idea. QR code on here. I'm not saying it, you repeat yourself like 100 times throughout the day, but, it's, at the end, you get a vehicle like this, you're going to get some attention. So,
you really went for the grey man vehicle, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly, mate. Low profile, really from the shadows to the spotlight. I think with a vehicle like this, anyway, as you know, it's like you're constantly doing bits.
Oh, there's always a new bit of kit.
Improving, you know what I mean. So but that's the beauty of having them, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like
I enjoy the research of it.
It's like a man's Meccano, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's
absolutely.
Like a Meccano set that we used to have. It's like a man's Meccano. So yeah, I'm happy.
So the big reveal. This has been top secret, and people are asking.
It has been a bit of a secret, mate. But this was like something that I was meant to put out there, but I've kind of got busy doing other stuff, and it never happened. But yeah, this is it, and this was my dream, really. And this, honestly, it went from one to the next to the next. Kitchen units, proper built-in units and everything else. But this, for me, was the best option, and it was like just getting a carpenter in.
Yep. And
they did a brilliant job. I mean, everything we could do with storage, we made storage, electricity points. You got storage down here, which this was really a really dead space that, and you got the big lump there, which is what for the gearbox. So it's just making use of all that. I mean, we could even further adapt by going into there as well, because that's a big cavity where the air conditioning unit used to be. But yeah, curtains across, so this goes into total blackout. And then we did have another one of these seats. Well, we have got another one of these seats, but there's only 3 of us in the family, so we stuck to the 3 seats. You know what I mean? And then to have this unit, you've got all your boxes in here. So like I say, this is all your kitchen units, it's all your cooking gear, everything, just what you need, no more. The whole idea is then you take that outside, you got an induction hob there, so you got it all. And you can, if the weather's really bad, you just sit in here, you can do it. You've got your PowerPoint there, which then goes down to your electricity box down here, which is just, we've got solar for that.
I can tell you spend a lot of time on the water still, because everything on this is just wipe out. Yeah. It's just so low maintenance. It's brilliant.
Exactly, mate. And that's what it has to be, isn't it, really?
I'm jealous because you've got the hex board. So I'm having all my boot space done out in hex board.
Yeah.
But I've just seen a few companies now that have started doing it, and I'm wishing I got all my interior done in it instead of furniture board like every other camper.
Isn't it? It really is great. And it's such a nice effect, especially for, it's kind of that military-esque kind of grip look.
It's just utilitarian, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just brilliant. And then we went for, the Sealy toolbox up here, which obviously, it's a bit more robust than sort of the old boxes and everything, which is it's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? That's bolted straight through to the outside of the wagon. All these changed to LED, and then we got the bed. So this then extends out. I'm going to do a demonstration. I haven't done it for a while, so bear with me. But basically, and then you've got pretty much a double bed. It's a lot of bed, isn't it?
What gets me with that is a massive bed, and it's still taking up no room whatsoever in it.
No, exactly, and you've still got all you know what I mean?
You could have another body up here, couldn't you?
Well, that's what we thought, for William, because there's 3 of us. If the weather is really bad, then you just put the inflatable bed on top of there. You've got another space on there. And then we had these specially made. And then what we had done to these in addition, you've got a Velcro strip on there.
Lovely, so you're not going to push them apart.
So, because that's what we had first when we first slept in here. You know what I mean? These were pushing apart and it was causing you to not sleep. So yeah, that Velcro strip down there, these stick together. You've got a really, really comfortable bed. Loads of space.
masses of visibility as well.
Yeah.
So even though you've gone for a darker colour, because you've got so much glass in here, it's nice.
Yeah, no, exactly. But the thing is as well, you know, I do need blackout when I sleep. You know what I mean? So these windows, once you've got that shut, you know, and all the window blinds down, it's pitch black.
So are you running any solar or anything like that, or are you just running the engine to charge the battery?
No, we've got solar, so we've got all the solar panels, but again, we haven't got them fixed.
Yep.
You know, and whether we haven't tested them enough to understand whether we need something that's fixed. You know what I mean? Now, still at the moment, we'll run a gas canister.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? So I've got a gas canister, and then really, I think at the end of the day, if you're just going solar, that means that you're not close to anything you can get your hands on. You know what I mean? You can't get for a resupply or anything like that. So
no, you want multiple options, because if one thing breaks, you're reliant on it, aren't you?
Yeah, no, exactly. But the thing is to have two of those power units in here, which are quite credible. You know what I mean? As long as you don't kick the arse out of them. And then if you're in a static position, you just got your solar. We've got the 4 solar panels that just sit outside the vehicle.
You can, with it being such a miserable country with the weather, at least you can follow the sun round and get top.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's it. You can move it wherever you want instead of having to move the vehicle, you know, to a different position or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, there's not really much more that I need to make. You know, it's got perfect life support for as long as you want. You know, I mean, all you've got to do is get out there, a few hunting tools and stuff like that, and live off the land, and happy days.
So you've got the living space pretty much how you want it now, haven't you?
Yeah.
So any plans for the vehicle now?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I mean, I can do all the aesthetics and everything else, the living space and all that, but I'm no mechanic. You know what I mean? And it's like, I know my limitations, but any vehicle like this, you need to have the confidence. You need to be able to know that you can go away, and it's it's not guaranteed, but it's highly likely it's not going to break down. So really for me, it was like I needed to bring someone in, an expert, someone that knows exactly what they're doing, and that's why I got in touch with the Adams Overland Company and got them to check the vehicle over. I mean, there was a few things I knew that needed doing, the handbrake and this, that and the other, but it's been an eye-opener, because this vehicle could not have gone for any long period of time without having major issues. They've exposed them all, they've fixed it all, and they've just done an absolutely brilliant job. I'd have no problem now going away and being confident.
Absolutely, you know. It's that fanatical knowledge, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's nothing worse than having a vehicle where you're not confident. You know, every noise you're like so paranoid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So strongly recommend those guys, because they know what they're doing. They're honest, which is rare these days.
That's the thing, isn't it? You know that if you leave a vehicle with someone or you get them over to you, you've just got to trust, just say, there you go. Yeah,
no, absolutely.
And then when you're miles and miles and miles from anyone else, you just know it's going to be turnkey and get back.
Exactly, and they're always going to be on hand. If you have got a problem, give them a bell.
Absolutely,
You know what I mean? So yeah, that for me was getting those guys in, and I know once they've finished with it, that they will treat the vehicle like it was theirs. Really happy with what they've done.
Yeah, they do all my work on my vehicle. As much as I can do a lot of it myself, there's some things where I'll ring up and go, right, I want that Renogy kit, and I get the full explanation of why that cable's that size, why it's fused in that way, and it's just like, I'll bring it down at the weekend.
Well, this is the thing for me. I wanted to do this experience, and taking this from an ambulance to an overland vehicle, and I wanted to be able to I haven't done it properly because I got too busy, but I wanted to be able to tell people, don't go there, don't do this, I made this mistake, this, that and the other. I think at the end of the day, you know, if you're going to take that vehicle and entrust someone and give them your hard-earned cash to make that vehicle how you want it, you've got to have confidence they know what they're doing.
And the trust, because it's easy to leave a vehicle with someone and then stuff gets tagged on and tagged on and tagged on, and when you get a list like that, you want to know that that's accurate. Yeah,
no, 100%. It's like and it's also the fact it's like buy cheap, buy twice.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If you don't do it right the first time, you're going to pay 3 times getting it right.
Absolutely.
Well, you could have got it right the first time. You know.
And why buy a Swiss watch and then put cheap batteries in it?
Exactly, mate. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. So go to the Adams Overland Company. They're the only boys that know what they're doing.
Link in the description below.